There's a deadly clash in Kenya. Deadly clashes erupt at politician's funeral service in Kenya. Okay, my people, let's go across the continent of Africa very quickly to see what's happening. It's crazy, man. It's crazy that you're here today, and I love you very much. Thank you. My name is Zack. I appreciate you. Thank you for choosing us. This is home. If you want to know anything about the motherlands, you are at the right place. Now, we are in Kenya. Here's Kenya on the map. Beautiful place, lovely people. If you've never been to Kenya, it's one of the countries I would suggest you do, especially if you are from the diaspora. It really doesn't matter whether you're African or American, Caribbean. Kenya is a beautiful place to visit. You know, you're going to love it. The outdoors, the nightclubs. If you are into that life, you love it. The restaurants, the people, the women. Just make sure you got money. You better have money in Kenya. Yeah, you better have money. You want full Kenyans, trust me. But you're going to find your people. No doubt about that. I see a lot of African Americans moving to Kenya, though. A lot of them. Now, unfortunately, there was a situation where I saw some Kenyans complaining about some African Americans. I think they called themselves the passport bros or something. I believe one tried to do some funny thing with a Kenyan girl, trying to film himself while doing funny thing with a Kenyan girl. Okay, Kenyans are wild. Okay, you're welcome to Kenya, but don't be funny with Kenyans. They're very smart. Okay. Anyway, this is not a representation of African Americans in Kenya. Those are just low life people doing negative things with people. Let's get back on track. So why are we talking about Kenya right now? There's a deadly clash in Kenya. Deadly clashes erupt at politician's funeral service in Kenya. Raila Odinga passed away a couple of days ago, and as they were celebrating his life, a deadly clash erupted. Security forces in Nairobi used live rounds to shoot on people. Okay, and reports say up to 4 people were unalive by the shooting, and many people were injured. This is crazy. So you went to celebrate somebody's life, somebody that was preeminent in the country. Raila Odinga was a dominant figure in Kenya's opposition for about 40 years. This man, for 40 years, he fought for the freedom of the people. 40 years trying to get into power, but he was not successful. He even lost the election in 2022 against William Ruto. Very small margin. And as people want to celebrate Raila Odinga, they started creating mayhem. Apparently, the people pushed into the door, the gate where the body was put. So let's explain very easily, okay? You have the body of the Odinga right there. There is a gate in front of it. Now, his mourners and supporters break through the gate and they gap to. I don't understand why people have no discipline. I don't understand why people have no discipline, no respect. I don't get it. You need to have some level of self-discipline. What did your father teach you as a child? You're going to a place where they're mourning somebody's life. They're celebrating his existence and they're paying respect, and you pushing forward toward the body. For what? Why do you do that? Well, they were shot, unfortunately, with live ammunition. They were trying to disperse them. That was combined with tear gas. Okay, so live ammunition, that's also a bit rough. I don't know. What do you think? Live ammunition on people, why didn't they use, other calibers? Well, maybe they didn't have that. Maybe they didn't plan for people to do mayhem. How often do you go to a funeral expecting havoc to be created? It's only in black communities that you see things like this. My brother, black people are not disciplined. And I know you get triggered when I say that. And when I call African people shithole countries, people get triggered. Yeah, you must respect other people's country. Your country is shithole, my friend. You can be all angry you want. Your country is a shithole country. Okay? If your politicians and generals can drive up the road in a way that is a one-way, it's a shithole country. If in your country you can see generals and colonels in the street, it's a shithole country. How do you see a general driving in the street? It is a shithole country. If in your country they prioritize people in the queue based on what they do as jobs or what representation they have in society, it's a shithole country. If in your country you can get somebody arrested just because you have connection with the politician and the soldiers, it's a shithole country. So don't come here and tell me no, don't call other people's country. If your country has got a president that's been there for over 40 years, it's a shithole country. You know what I'm saying? So we should be able to tell each other the truth. This is not limited to Kenya. It's a lack of discipline. As much as they could have shot with fake bullets, it's a lack of discipline on our people. How do you expect a policeman to behave, okay, while there's thousands of people running toward him? How is he going to protect himself? He has to protect himself in some ways. It's either he's unalive or you are unalive. Now, if you have a chance between you being alive and the other person, who's going to stay alive? You're going to choose you all the time, right? This is not new. Look at this country right here. Look at these people. This is DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is the map of the country. This is Kinshasa. Okay, just keep in mind that every country you hear with the name of democratic before it's not democratic. Now, this is a scene where apparently there was a breaking in the bank. Okay, they were trying to rob a bank. And as they were trying to rob a bank, a special unit of police or special force came to try to negotiate, then break into the bank. Now look at the amount of people you're seeing around this. This is a scene where they're going to be shooting. There are assailants in the bank, okay? And the guards are getting ready to enter so they can create havoc with live bullets. And look at the people. Why weren't these people dispersed? I'm just asking. Why would you do such an operation in front of so many people? What if bullets go? Like, how level of stupid you need to be? Like, I don't get that. It's like watching a movie of Commando, like live. This is insane. This is insane. What happened next? They went inside, and apparently the person that was held down the bank was a female. One of the main leaders was a female. That apparently came from Germany, needed some money. I don't know if she's 100% right in her head, and went to a bank with a fake gun. Okay, obviously later on we saw images of the female. They removed her clothes. I don't know why. Don't put that stuff. Okay, please cover it. Please don't show people that nakedness. I don't know why they kept her naked. I mean, arresting somebody for doing a criminal activity is 100% right. Taking her to justice is justified, but removing her clothes in public, what is that for? What is that for? Like, there are certain things you don't do. This is a black community thing. I mean, look at this place. This is South Africa. Look at this image. This is South Africa at the mall. It's Durban. Okay? What's happened in this situation was Jacob Zuma, a prominent political figure, ex-president of South Africa, was being sent to jail for whatever criminal activity he was condemned of. Okay? For taking money from the government, I believe, and taking some contract that were not legal. He was being sent to jail. Now, the people in KwaZulu-Natal or Durban, mostly Zulu people, were not happy with the fact that they were sending their leader to jail. Guess what they did? They boycotted the day. They walked in the street. They started a march, which started very peasant, very greatly peaceful march. Then later on, it escalated very quickly. What happened next? Next thing, they ran into the malls. They went into shopping centers trying to loot and steal. How do you explain the fact that you went to the street to try to justify the fact that Mr. Zuma should remain free as translated to you being in a shopping center trying to steal from ShopRite and Pick n Pay? I don't get that. How did you get from this, Zuma cannot go to jail, to you stealing refrigerators from a white serviceman? I don't understand that. It's the lack of discipline. It's the very low morality. And guess what some of these people did? I mean, these white people in Africa have dealt with black people so much that they know how they operate. Now, in this mall, what they did was the owners spilled purposely oil on the floor. They spilled oil all over the floor, knowing that when these looters and stealers and criminals will come, they will slide and fall on the ground. They will slip. And that's exactly what happened. Isn't that magical? Lack of discipline, lack of structure. You can't be living like animals. It's very sad. There's another image. I don't know which country that is. I think this is DRC too. Okay, there was an accident. Okay, a car that sells bread, I think delivers bread to shops that sells bread, had an accident. The driver was unconscious while the car is burning in front. Instead of saving the driver, people ran trying to steal bread. I don't understand that. What level of anger do you have? Or brainlessness? And then if somebody from a different race was saying this, you would call him what? No. If an Indian, a Chinese, or a white American was making a video like this, what would you call him? Okay. I don't understand that. Well, peace be with him. For the fight he's fought for the people of Kenya. May the ancestors remind him and hold him tight. Now we're moving to Namibia. This is Namibia, fellas. Beautiful place, lovely people. Namibia has signed a great deal with Russia. They're going to be working together. Congratulations to Namibia. Piga makofi. Yeah, piga makofi means clap your hand in Swahili. Swahili is the most spoken language in Africa. Beautiful language. You speak Swahili in Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, eastern part of the Congo. So just imagine, people from different countries can just meet each other and start talking in Swahili. I mean, the reason why you can understand me is because I'm speaking English. And that's influenced by the English presence in colonies. As much as it is bad, that's the reason why we can understand each other. Now, people in East Africa don't need English. They can speak Swahili to one another. Okay. Now, in Namibia, something very interesting is happening. Namibia is signed a partnership deal on nuclear energy with Russia. Namibia has a brand new president, this lady right here. Beautiful lady, very strong. Mama Nandi, amazing. In Africa, generally, somebody else's mother, you don't call them by the name, you call them mama, out of respect. I know kids from nowadays want to change things around, saying auntie. Actually, we never had aunties, It was mama. I remember as a child, secondary school, I went to one of my friend's house and I ate. They gave me food, I ate. When I finished eating, I said to his mom, thank you, auntie. Okay, she was, no, I'm not your auntie, I'm your mother. She corrected me right away. I'm not your auntie, I'm your mother. It was with warmth and love. I will never forget. That's Patrick Mwekassa, his mother. She told me, I'm not your auntie, I'm your mother. That was beautiful. Lovely lady. She's pretty. Anyway, let's get back on track. So Namibia has done some great things. Let's see some interesting fact about Namibia. It's a beautiful place. It's got the world's oldest desert. Okay, desert, world oldest. I think in Namibia you actually find the desert coming together with the sea. It's a beautiful place where the desert meet the sea, and animals have adapted to that environment. Such a beautiful place. Namibia is also the second least populous country in the world. Okay, it says the least people in the world. They have about 2.5 million human beings who live in peace. They're happy with one another. Namibia was one of the most stable democracies in Africa. Okay. Yeah, no soldiers driving trucks in the street, driving bad, and as soon as you ask him to drive correctly, he beat you up like this in Nigeria. Things like this you can only see in countries like Nigeria, Congo, and all the you don't see none of that in Namibia. There's respect, okay? Nobody cares who's chief, who's boss. I mean, you look at the countries where people like to call each other chief, boss. Mayhem, havoc, no respect. Have you ever seen white people call each other chief, boss? No, they don't do that. If they call you boss, it's because you're their boss, for real. In Africa, people call you boss either because they fear you or because they expect you to give them money. It's never genuine. Chief is because they fear you because of your social status or because they expect you to give them money directly. Well, white people don't do that, and other people, I'm sorry. Is it bad? Well, you see, the majority of country where people call each other chief, boss, and all that stuff, it's mayhem, it's havoc. They will throw you in jail because you looked at a girl that the general is interested in. Just looking at her ass. Yes, and yash. Anyway, in Namibia, you don't find that. Namibia is also very interesting because Namibia is a country where you find, in politics, there's a young Congolese lady that is a minister of health. Congratulations. Namibia is right here. Look at the map. DRC is here, very far away. This lady in the name of Dr. Esperance Luvindao was born in Windhoek. She was born in Namibia in 1994. She proudly embraced Congolese heritage because her parents are originally from the Congo, but she considers herself as Namibian. Okay, she also speaks fluently Lingala, which is a very spoken language in the Congo, both Congos, and French. But she's very much Namibian. She went to school to Namibia. She developed in Namibia. She went to university in Namibia. She first worked in parliament, then became a minister of health in Namibia. Brother, that's very inspiring. Why is that inspiring? Because no African country lack foreigners like that. I know Africans are very fast when they want to talk negatively about white people. Yeah, white people have colonized us. White people have done this, that. How do you treat each other? That's the question. How do Africans treat one another? That's the problem. My brother, you will never be a prominent person in politics in most African countries if they cannot track your ancestry. Africans are some of the most xenophobic people in the world. I'm going to be honest with you. I know. Other people say, South Africans are xenophobic. Yes, are they xenophobic? Yes, they are xenophobic. A lot of South Africans are xenophobic. Is everybody xenophobic? No. But there are lots of them like xenophobic? Absolutely. Would somebody from Congo or Namibia be minister in South Africa? I'm not sure about that. Can somebody from Namibia be minister in the Congo? Well, I doubt that very much. I don't think it's possible. They will remind her every day, this is not your country. You must go back to your country. In the meantime, America was built with Irish people, German people, French people, Dutch people. They don't see color and origins. It's that. It's that selfishness. I must eat by myself. They must serve us first. So you guys think in Namibia there are no Namibian born whose ancestry is Namibia that could use that slot as a minister of health and be the minister of health? You think in Namibia there's no other people that went to school like this lady, Esperance Luvindao, okay? That's Namibian in ancestry that could assume this role. Do you think Namibians are crazy and stupid for allowing her to use that slot and be minister? No. It creates something beyond what you... it creates something you cannot understand. Let me know how you feel about this, fellas. It was a great pleasure. Congratulations to Namibia signing a great deal with Russia. It's amazing. The president reminds people that the Soviet Union was present when Namibia was looking for freedom against the South African apartheid era. Yes, Namibia was colonized also a little bit like by South Africa. The white people of South Africa colonized South Africa. They also colonized Namibia. So Namibia needed freedom, and the Soviet Union helped them a great deal. Again, in Kenya, deadly clash. Many people unalived because of stupidity. That is pure stupidity. They shouldn't have broke that gate walking towards a prominent person's body. Have some respect. And also, could they have used different measures to try to stop Yes, it was a possibility. Unfortunately, it's a very sad situation. Let me know how you feel about this, fellas. Always a great pleasure. God bless.